New York is red. Soccer in America from a German perspective. Let them put some sauerkraut on your hot dog and join them for the Schnitzel Boys USA Hour.
Yay! Hello.
Hallo, ich bin krank.
Oh, you are sick. He is sick. He sounds sick.
Mauricio Pochettino is making me sick.
Oh, boy.
I am sick. I'm a little congested today. I apologize. I'm going to speak with a lower timbre today.
Oh, we're going to make we're going to make this a short one. We're going to get you to bed as quickly as we can. Speaking of Mauricio Pochettino, he got mad today. Did you see that?
I did not. What happened?
Oh.
I was in bed all day.
He gave a press conference, and clearly the criticism has reached him.
Finally.
He was mad. He was mad, and he basically said, it doesn't matter. These games are all just training exercises. We need to give people reps. It's all just matters what we do in the World Cup, and people need to stop talking BS, and they need to just be positive because they need positivity. Now, that's what we need. We need to all be on the same page to do something special. There needs to be positivity.
Well, Mauricio, you're saying weird things in different places. Your interviews in Mexico and Argentina are very weird compared to interviews here. You're a little more self-destructive down there. You're a little more like, hey, these are the players I'm dealing with. Either you're organizing the greatest rope-a-dope in national team history, or you're a fraud, and we're kind of figuring you out.
Those are the two options?
Well, I guess they're a little extreme. My analysis of if there's method to his madness, and he's like, I need to do all this first, then thumbs up. But his press conference 3 days ago, he said we need to start winning when the World Cup starts.
Right, that's what he said. Well, he also in the beginning he said there's no friendlies, right? Every game counts. Now he says this is all just training.
He's also a quote unquote experimental roster, but it's the same experimental players he brought in over the summer. So I'm just like, how much more experimenting do you need to do with these guys? But
be also be good. It'd be good if they could just win a game, that would just make
it'd be good if they could score a goal. I mean, they're not just losing. They're not like, I put a poll on our Twitter and I said, is the United States going to score a goal against Korea or Japan this window? And most people said no, and I agree. I don't even think we're going to score a goal. Like, I don't know. I don't know, Bjorn. We're losing all of our games against top.
It's a pretty dark time to be a U.S. men's national team fan. I mean, there is just, it's not good. It's not good, and he keeps. I mean, if the thing is, if he was doing, if Greg Berhalter, let's just say, if Greg Berhalter was doing what Pochettino is doing, he would be just assassinated. Like he would just not. He would not be. Yeah, nobody would take it seriously. I mean, it is to be seen. I mean, really, he's right though. It all comes down to. I was thinking about this weekend. It's a very simple measure of success of his job, and it's a very simple. It's a three-tier ladder of measure of success, and it's entirely based on the number of games this team's going to play at the World Cup, right? Yeah. If it's 3, he's terrible. Right. If it's 4 or 5, he's okay.
He's average, yeah.
If it's 6 or 8, 6 to 8,
he's worth it.
He's the greatest coach ever.
Right, exactly. That's exactly correct.
Those are the three. It doesn't even matter how these games. I mean, obviously, there's some nuance to it as to how this goes in detail, but that's basically it.
You watch Korea, USA. Which team's more prepared? Which team's ready to go? Right, it's Korea. They're a little bit more prepared.
I mean, also they have some. Their fans are into it. This is also what's sad. Like what we've been talking about in the past, that it used to be like, oh, soccer is this up and coming thing, and the fortune of soccer in general and the fortune of US soccer are in lockstep, but this is not the case. There's a lot of enthusiasm for soccer in the country. There's not a lot of enthusiasm for the US men's national team right now. And
Well,
so
right now, a lot of people don't want to watch them.
yeah,
And I don't blame them.
because
And I don't
there's
blame
not
them. It's expensive. It's expensive, and it's a 2-0, 3-0 loss coming. So, it's just not worth it. So, but that's always a thing. The U.S. is usually guest in their own country. That's just the dynamics of the country.
It's
Can I offer?
worse though? No, I mean
It has gotten worse.
We should say it is currently worse than it's been like 2-3 years.
It's gotten worse. It's gotten worse because prices are higher and have officially priced out the fans. Excuse me. U.S. Soccer was very proud of their
but I mean,
rising revenue and declining audiences.
There's also a lack of enthusiasm. It's not just money. The South Koreans happily paid. I mean, which obviously it's not the same. It's a once a year thing. Yeah, for people living here. Yeah, that's
Korea
true.
doesn't play 10
yeah.
out of the year.
But still, like, it's not. You can't blame it all on ticket prices. There's also just a lack.
Yeah, it's two things: ticket prices and poor performance. Right. Those are the two things. I mean, if our team's on a winning tear,
people are not.
But I'm sure there'll be a better audience for it.
People aren't excited.
But people like, I'm supposed to pay $100 to watch Tristan Blackman trip 3 times, then have an LAFC player score on us. But I want to introduce. So I'm in school right now. I'm a fancy school learner, and I want to introduce a very fancy academic principle.
Oh, here we go.
It's called Hegel's dialectics.
Oh, listen. Okay, I was
Hegel's dialectics.
I am. I was a philosophy major in college.
I see that you probably know more about this than I do.
Well, let's see what you got. Let's see how this applies to this. To the situation at hand.
Well, I argue a lot about a lot of things. I have just soccer just with people, and my biggest thing these days, and this is before I learned this concept, is one thing being true doesn't make another thing not true, right? Multiple things can be true. So in Hegel's dialectics, I believe if you present a thesis, you can then do an antithesis, then you can do an anti-antithesis, and all 3 theses don't cancel each other out. They could all be true at the same time, right? Isn't that kind of what it is?
I think in a nutshell.
So the reason I bring it up is because nobody will shut up about Greg Berhalter. And there's also a couple of fools that won't shut up about Jürgen Klinsmann. Right
no, that's
they're like, we should have never fired Klinsmann. I heard that.
Those are two different. Those are two different camps. Let
me offer you some Hegel's dialectics.
Okay.
To the fans, just because Mauricio Pochettino is doing a bad job doesn't mean Greg Berhalter didn't also do a bad job. Doesn't mean he deserved to be fired. He should have been fired after the first cycle. It definitely doesn't mean Jürgen Klinsmann should have been fired either. He should have been fired 18 months before he was fired. Everybody who was fired was properly fired. It doesn't mean Mauricio Pochettino doing a poor job, but that Greg Berhalter did an amazing job and shouldn't have been fired. Okay? All the firings were correct. Mauricio Pochettino right now, we just need to focus on him right now. People are like, oh, the problem was Greg. The problem was Greg.
I mean,
the problem now is Pochettino. So just because one thing is correct doesn't mean the other thing isn't also correct. So this is my dialectic thesis then.
Okay.
Well,
my take. My take is the problem is always the players. The problem's been the players all along.
Yeah, that's all. I guess we can.
I think in a different. What I mean, that's the antithesis. This is the. I mean, the players are, and I think the complacency comes from the shallowness of the pool, and that's what Pochettino is up against. He's trying to create competition for spots, but the backups are bad. I mean, the starters are not even that good, so the backups then are even worse. So
I mean, he's also putting out people who shouldn't be starters as well. So it's just
Yeah,
a
but
little
I mean, I think
confusing.
that's
like Tristan Blackman over Chris Richards, and then Berhalter over
okay. Well,
McKinnon on the
Chris
roster. And it's like,
Richards
well,
carried a little injury. Apparently, we learned. So
but listen,
he's not saying Tristan Blackman is better than Chris Richards.
Pochettino is focusing on things that he wants to focus on. It is what it is. I think he's focusing on discipline. He's focusing on roboticizing the players, making them try to earn their spot, which I understand. But the reality is, you probably don't need to do that. You really should be focusing on some sort of simple tactical setup for them to get used to. Maybe a back three with 2 wing backs. Like I got married to the 5-3-2 idea. Excuse me, 5-4-1 idea of a back three and 2 wing backs. I think Sergiño Dest and Johnny Robinson are our 2 most important players in the pool. I mean, they for the last few years they have been our attacking threat almost exclusively. And it's just showing that it's those 2 guys. If those 2 guys are not available, then we're in deep doo-doo. Yeah, Pulisic is pretty blah, it's just, he's focusing on one thing, and he's probably been focusing on the other thing. And I think it's just keep it simple, come up with some sort of tactical setup that lets them cook, and let them get used to it. They only have 6 games now left till the World Cup, for crying out loud. I mean, for crying out loud. The teams that do well, like the lower teams that do well, which is what we want, usually are pretty prepared by now for that, So it is, like I said, it's either the greatest rope-a-dope where all of a sudden everything clicks. We start going on a tear, which, again, my heart hopes is about to happen. My heart hopes it. But my head is like, we're kind of wasting our time here. And my head is like, I don't know. I think we're going to be pretty unprepared. And I think we're going to, quote-unquote, play with a lot of passion this summer as opposed to tactical preparedness. And I think it's going to show a little bit.
But the team's not set up for that. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
There's one more game tomorrow against Japan. See how that goes.
I don't think that's going to go well either. I don't think that's going to go well, Bjorn. I think Japan's going to beat us 3-0. I don't think that's going to go well.
This is in Columbus. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, that mystery change. Oh, this is the only thing I was going to say. Now, call me crazy, but if I were U.S. Soccer, I would come up with a contingency plan. And then if these results don't get better by Christmas, I'd pull the plug. Yeah, I'd pull the plug. Like if October and the November windows, or what, I think we have 2 windows left till Christmas, right? If those windows are similar, it's like kind of like a weirder-ish roster, and then we're just losing, I'd fire him for Christmas.
And then who are you going to get?
And get a Foyavert trainer for the World Cup.
Get a who?
What's it called? Foyavert trainer.
A Feuerwehrmann. You're going to get Peter Neururer?
I would get an MLS guy, a guy who knows the roster, and going to keep it real simple. I mean, you're going to kill me, but probably Bruce or Bob. Bruce or Bob. Oh, you know who I get? No, you know who I get, Bjorn? You know who I get? Fucking Schmetz. It's time for the Schmetz.
Schmetz
Brian
is going to leave the Seattle job. Oh, it's
for 6 months.
The end of the season. He's going to get the.
For 6 months. I think this is our contingency plan. If it's Christmas time and nothing's looking like it's better, I'd fire him and I'd hire Brian Schmetzer to take our boys to the World Cup. I think that's what I'd do.
I see. All right.
I think that's what I'd do.
That's what it's come to.
I think that's what it's come to.
Yeah.
So that's USA. We're definitely deeper doo-doo on this side of the pond. Over on the other side of the pond.
It's too bad.
Unbelievably.
Pochettino. The Germans are not doing well either. Yeah, if we're gonna
the first ever World Cup qualifier defeat away from home.
I mean, that in itself is a pretty remarkable stat. Yeah,
shows you the difference in quality between like.
It sent me that stat just sent me down a rabbit hole of.
Because they've lost Euro qualifiers and stuff. And they've also lost big games at home.
I remember some World Cup qualifiers that were pretty tight, like to get into the 1990 World Cup, we had to beat Wales at home, and that was very difficult. Like we got scored on early, and but that was I guess because of a lot of ties. There weren't any losses, but there were a lot of ties. So that's how that situation was created. And it wasn't until Thomas Hessler scored. This is funny because I remember as a young person, I remember this being very tense. And Thomas Hessler scored the winning goal, much to everyone's relief. And I remember this being like kind of last minute, but it turns out it was in the 48th minute, so it wasn't quite as tense as I remembered it. But still, like, that was kind of a high pressure game. And I think
Did you yell?
I think that's what Beckenbauer mentioned when because he had, in 1990 the team was good and there were a lot of different players to pick from for the final, and he picked Thomas Hessler, and that was his reasoning. It's like, well, we wouldn't be here without him. He scored the winning goal. So in qualification,
is that? Did you yell Hessler's dialectics? Hessler's dialectics.
Hessler and Hegel are similar.
Thomas Hessler, when he scores a free kick, it's like Hessler dialectics. Yeah, love Thomas Hessler.
That's underrated, huh? Isn't he? I was thinking.
Yeah, I was always a Hessler fan.
He's not considered one of the. I mean, he's not up there.
He is.
Yeah, I think is he? Is he? Do you think of him in the same breath as Rudi Völler, Klinsmann, Rummenigge? No. But we should probably.
He was there. He was one of the boys. Yeah. He was great at free kicks. He was like
great at free. I mean, in 1992, he that was his peak. He ruled that Euro, like he was like Maradona. Like he was the Euro version of Maradona in that Euro. So anyway, Thomas
those dang Danes came in here and wrecked the party for us.
Yeah, well,
those Danes are having a moment right now.
Aside from the.
So we lost at home to England 5-1, remember, in München, and we lost to North Macedonia, but I guess there's a Euro qualifier. For whatever reason, Germany has never lost in a away World Cup qualifier, which blows my mind. I guess that's true.
Until now.
Slovakia. Slovakia. So I watched this game live. Excuse me. Germany held the ball, they controlled the game, but
they started Biro of VfL Bochum. That's enough said.
Right, but Slovakia scored in a couple of counters and got him. Germany did the thing where Germany looked like they did from 2018, the bad Germany. The bad Germany is a team that can hold the ball but has no attacking creativity or prowess and can't really score a goal. So they had the ball, but Serge Gnabry and the boys. But also what I will say about Germany has themselves a little bit of an injury crisis right now, especially in attack, right? No Havertz, no Musiala, no Undav. They played Voltemata and Wirtz. Wirtz played with some swagger. Wirtz probably should have done better. But again, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Voltemata, again,
he's going to be.
I don't really get it, man.
I mean, this has been my theory. He's going to be a big flop in Newcastle. He got booed. Against Northern Ireland when he came out in the 60th minute. People were like, I think people had him picked as the scapegoat for this poor window. At the time, it was 1-1, I think, when he came off. So, the Northern Ireland game was a little bit better, but it wasn't, a couple of those goals were sort of gifted. And then Wirtz scored an amazing free kick, but it wasn't like Daniel Young is saying, hello again, happy international break. Hello, Daniel Young. Kimmich was the best German player on the pitch. No Sané. I think, is Sané done with the national team? Is that official?
He should be. He's available.
No, he's in Istanbul.
Just because he's in Turkey doesn't mean you're done.
Maybe this is one of those, like, we're going to give you a minute because you have a new team and it's the early
happy international break, Daniel Young. Yeah, the other big thing with that first game was, like you said, Kimmich only wants to play holding man. He doesn't play right wing back anymore.
Yeah.
So young Collins from Frankfurt played a right wing back, and he had himself quite a rough debut. He did a couple good moves in the beginning, but then he was smoked once or twice, and and it just again.
And he came off at halftime and was never seen again. Like, so a tough debut for them. But the whole like Tah Rüdiger combo ain't working at all. That was a big problem against Slovakia, and then Ta
Rudiger,
had to sit, and Rudiger still it was kind of his fault.
Rudiger doesn't look good in the German jersey.
I mean, I wouldn't say, and I wouldn't say that in general. I think he has at times, but not currently. And him and Ta are not a good, have not worked as a combination. Valdemar Anton did better. He looked better against Northern Ireland. David Raum had a good game. He was kind of, he looked good. What is the Stuttgart player's name? Leveling? No,
Leveling was good.
Yeah, he was good.
Also, Alex Baya, who's been kind of had a soft.
Oh, Maxi Baya.
Yeah, Maxi Baya came on to replace Voltemade, I think, and he had a much more effective, I think, 30
Well,
minutes.
Amiri was the guy who was the real winner because he scored the goal. So he kind of was the shooting star of this window. So I mean, Nagelsmann, I guess the positives, Nagelsmann keeps finding people. But on the other hand, this was pretty depressing. This was a pretty depressing window, and with these small groups, it kind of gets late early because with this loss against Slovakia, there's no room for error. Kind of have to win every game. The beauty of the Nations League is that Germany has a playoff spot no matter what. Like, even if we were to flame out of this group entirely, we are still, because of the Nations League, we're qualified for a playoff spot. But I mean, Slovakia, Luxembourg, and what's the other team? Northern Ireland. Like, we got to win this group. Come on now.
Yeah, we should, right? I think should be able to.
Oh, but now we're 3 points behind. We're in third place right now, and
so I looked up the qualification thing. It is very complicated. I didn't get it. But yeah, like you're right. Germany can be last place. They still get a playoff spot, thankfully, because of their stands.
Nations League, because of
Nations League stand.
Yeah.
And I guess these groups are going to be done by December, right? Because isn't that the World Cup draw?
Yeah.
They only have a couple more rounds.
The playoffs are early next year.
Yeah. So when Germany got into a group, it's going to be like Germany / something else or something like that. It's not going to be. We don't really know. We don't know we'll know what group Germany could potentially be in, but it's not a guarantee until
until much later. Yeah. Thoughts on the World Cup ticket process? Daniel Young wants to know. Yeah, it's extremely complicated. It starts tomorrow. No, Wednesday.
It starts on Wednesday. I will be part of that process. I'm a Visa Infinite card holder, which is the highest tier of Visa. I've been looking into that for years now. So I will. I mean, you're probably a Visa holder, right?
I am. Yeah, you have to have a Visa card to get into this.
But this bothers me, Bjorn. I have a fancy Visa card, but I don't think it matters what level of Visa card you have. You have to have a Visa card. You're
just going to have to be in the trenches with the rest of us plebs.
So we'll do that first, then we'll go from there. I mean, my problem is just like Don Garber said, America's the world soccer's ATM. In Russia and Qatar, they're just trying to fill the seats. So half the stadiums are $10 tickets for the locals. Here in the U.S., it's like, no, there's nothing for locals. Everyone's paying top dollar for their seat in this country because they freaking milk us dry.
Well, do we know what they're going to cost? I haven't actually.
Well, according to Athletic, the average ticket's going to be $300. But I think they're lower. I think they maybe start at $60, but that could also.
I read start at 60. But obviously that's it's only.
That wouldn't be for the USA or the Germany games. But either way, I'm going to put in.
That's for parking only.
That's for parking. It's for parking. Either way, I'm going to put in for the draw. And I'm hoping, because a lot of people are talking about not coming to this country for
We're hoping that's true, and we're all gonna. I mean,
yeah, the demand isn't as high as they assume it is. That's what I'm hoping.
Gesundheit. And the pricing will be dynamic, so if that's true, then things will get cheaper. Leverkusen have a new coach, Kasper Hjulmand of Denmark.
The Danes are having a moment. Like I said earlier about 92. The Danes are back. That summer of 92, I think, started something in Denmark. And right now they're just having a moment where that reminds me. if we have to fire Poch for Christmas, maybe it's time for that
For
Vancouver
a Dane.
coach. Yes,
Just find some Danish person.
the Dane from Vancouver, the Vancouver Dane.
Oh.
Jesper Sorensen, right?
I mean, he's going to coach the German. Oh no, the U.S. men's national team, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just find a Dane. Just find a Dane.
Just find the Dane.
Find the Dane.
Great. Is there any other? Nottingham Forest has sacked Nuno. That's not really our purview. The interim.
Ajax is thinking of sacking their coach. I will say, coaches are getting extra fired this year.
Coaches
It's
are
only
really
2
getting-
games in, and
people are just like, this is not working. Goodbye.
coaches are getting aggressively fired this year. But that means plenty will be available for our Christmas
Very,
swap. when we
very,
need
very aggressively. Yeah, so there will be a lot of people out of work. Jose Mourinho, still available. Could get him.
it. I wouldn't, but you could.
Focus on defense.
Yeah.
again.
So USA Japan is tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it. I don't know what we're supposed to do tomorrow. I mean, I just don't get what they're playing. The players are playing like they don't really know what to do. I don't know, Bjorn. It's not good. Germany I have way more faith in because I think some players are injured. We need some players to come back from injury. And
I
still pull it
was
off.
so much more excited about the German team 6 months ago. I really am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Voltamata ain't it.
He ain't it.
To say it. He ain't it. So we need someone else up there. We need Kai Havertz back. We need Dennis Undav ready to go. Nicholas Füllkrug needs to start scoring again. We need someone else up there.
Somebody else. Well, when we had Musiala, Havertz, and Wirtz behind them, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It could be
Could
anybody.
have been a potato.
Could have been anyone. But right now, that's not what's happening. So we need somebody better. All right.
I think we did it. In and out real quick today.
Yeah.
There's a couple of games.
This man needs to go back to bed.
Yeah, and Bjorn as well. We're in and out today. Real quick pod. We just want to say hey to everybody. Hello, Daniel Young. Thanks for joining us. And hello to everybody else. And good luck to USA. And what are your thoughts on Pochettino and stuff? Write in the comments and whatnot.
All right.
We'll respond to that. Cheers.
Tschüss.